from Mr. Locksmith. I've had one of my most interesting lockouts tonight. I thought I'd post this tonight while I'm still thinking about it. It's just kind of funny. So I had a Airbnb, an owner of the Airbnb call me, and they said, I got some Airbnb tenants are locked out of their Airbnb. And I go, okay, that's normal. The batteries go dead on their whatever. So he gives me the information. I got the phone number to talk to the people. So I'm not too far. So I drive up there. Nobody's out front. I get the lady on the phone, and she says, I'm locked in the garage and I can't get into the door from into the house is locked, and I don't have the key or the code, or it has a bottom key and knob is locked. So it has an electronic lock at the top, key and knob in the bottom, and the key and knob is locked. And so I'm now talking to her on my cell phone. She's in the garage, and I say, do you know the code to the garage? Because there's a keypad. And she goes, oh, yes. And she gives me the code. I punch it in. The garage door opens, and there is a dozen ladies all sitting on the floor on tires and chairs, drinking beer. Canadian beer, I'll say. That has something to do with the story, too. So they're all drinking beer. There's more food than you can shake a stick at. There's chicken, and there's just like entire roast barbecue chickens. There's just food everywhere, beer everywhere. I think they've been in there for about an hour. They're kind of cold, but they have their jackets because they've been touring around. And so I opened the garage door, and they said, oh, we can't get through this door. And right in the middle of them all sitting is one of the, probably the cord to release the overhead garage door is about 3 feet long, and it's right in the middle of all of them. I said, if you pull this rope, the door would have opened. And they go, we were afraid to pull the cord. And then also on the wall is the button to open up the garage door. And I sort of said, oh, and there's a button here too. They said, well, whatever. They're all laughing and giggling. They're having a great old time. So drinking Canadian beer, and they're from California. They're up on some conference or something to the Great White North. And so I go look at the front door, and there's electronic deadbolt on the front door. And I said, oh, do you know the code? And they said, yes. And so I said, what is it? They told me the code. I punched the code. Door opened. And I sort of said, they've been in there for an hour. And I said, first one here gets to use the bathroom. And they all come running out. So it's one of my easiest lockouts I've ever done. It makes up for a few toughies I've had lately. So it's just funnier than heck. About 10 to a dozen nurses up from California, just having a great old time drinking Canadian beer. So that's the problem. Canadian beer contains alcohol. That's you got to realize. And we contain more alcohol than most American beers. So if you come to Canada, be extremely careful with our beer. Canadian beer contains alcohol. So that's my fun one for a long time. It's funnier than heck. I'll read some of the comments here in a bit, but I just had to go live on this. And it's just, it's as bad as, I got a few more funny ones I'll tell on another story another time, but this is the funniest one in years, and it's just fun. And all I really did, I rescued them from the garage by punching the code in on the outside, and they went to the front door, punched the code in, and they went in. So the Airbnb owner paid me, and I guess everybody will work out Who's going to pay for whatever? It's kind of funny. From what I understand, I think Airbnb will cover a certain amount with the owner and maybe with the people for an accidental lockout. I don't know, but if you rent a car and you get locked out, I think you have to pay to open up your car. I don't know if you get reimbursed on a rental car. So if you rent an Airbnb and you get locked out, I don't think the owner is responsible, but I really don't understand the rules and whatnot. I got paid. I'm extremely happy. Met some really friendly nurses from California, and have a great old time. There's my funny story for the time. Let's just take a quick peek at the comments. I'm going to go to bed. It's late. It's dark. It's late. It's a fun call. Let's see. What do I got for funny story? Yeah, okay. One message is held for review. Yeah, the electronic locks. Yeah, Labatt's Blue got them. You're right. Yeah, 5% beer is considered a strong beer in the U.S. That's just regular stuff for us, right? So, again, I guess the moral of the story is, besides, if you're in a garage door, there's usually a release to open up the door. So you can at least get out. Check the wall. There was a button on the wall to open up the door. I don't know why they called me to come out and punch a code in on the outside to let them out. And they've been in for an hour drinking beer, Canadian beer, which contains alcohol. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I think I got to go to bed. It's late. And it was probably one of my funniest jobs I've done for quite a while on a lockout. And really, what did I do? Beep, beep, beep. I was offered beer, but I'm driving, so I didn't have any. The food was good, and I'm now home. And I'll probably read the more comments tomorrow. So thank you for watching my live. I think I should do more of these. If you think I should, let me know. Okay, have fun. Good night. Warning to Americans: Canadian beer contains alcohol. Good night.